Right, challenging times for the market, challenging time also for the auto sector, and there's been no change in that, at least based on the February auto sales numbers. Mayor Javeri of Relicare Capital Markets is joining me with a view on those sales numbers. Mayor, good afternoon. Thanks for coming in. Sorry if I've kept you waiting. Let me just start with the broad take, and then we'll get into individual segments. But nothing really seems to have changed in terms of trend.
No, not really. Actually, what has happened was January we had seen some pickup, but it was largely channel build-up which has happened across the segment, and this month's numbers shows that it was clearly the inventory build-up which had happened last month. So nothing really off-taking at the ground level. There's no off-takes really at ground level, where the discretionary spends have gone down considerably, more so in auto sector.
Just talk about the commercial vehicle space first, Mayor. What's happening there? Is there further weakness that's coming into commercial vehicles? I mean, it tends to give you a sense of what macro activity is looking like as well. So what are you picking up on that segment?
Yeah, so I think there is quite some pain left. What will happen is that general macro trend should reverse, and post that recovery, if there are some green shoots which are there, and if you see some meaningful uptick in terms of macro, then the CV cycle really starts turning around. So that's really not happening. We have yet not seen meaningful rate cuts happening. IIP has probably bottomed out, but we don't know that whether the upticks have already started. Upticks will be starting very time soon. So it will take a while before I think the CV cycle should turn around from here. So the pain will be there for some months.
So you remain negative on then stocks like Ashok Leyland, etc.?
Yeah, so basically Ashok Leyland we don't cover as of now, but I think from a stock perspective, our view is that we will look at global players who are concentrating on globals with rupee depreciating also will help. So that way our call is, our preference is towards Bajaj Auto and Tata Motors, who have a fair chunk of exposure to the export market. So that's largely the call right now.
Are the export numbers starting to look good? I think at least the Bajaj Auto management has said that once the new fiscal starts and the rupee estimates adjust upward, that automatically will benefit them.
Yeah, so basically you see be it Bajaj Auto, Tata Motors, according to me, like JLR numbers for US has come up at an 18% growth. So and you will see over the next 10 days, you will see UK numbers coming in, then the retail numbers coming in for Tata Motors, JLR. So and Bajaj Auto, as the management indicated, that the export market should do well, and so clearly the preference would be towards them. If at all anybody wants to have an exposure right now, probably those are the stocks to really look at in the auto space.
This news just came through a little while ago here on Tata Motors cutting car prices, and I'll get to the SUV part of the news in a minute. But this cut on car prices would be on account of what? Is it the weak demand which could be pushing these players into cutting prices then further from here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is no takers. If you see the numbers, they have shown a 70% dip in terms of volumes, and they don't have really a product profile which really is competing with peers who are coming out with far better products. So they have to cut prices, and I think the discount level, not only Tata Motors but the discount levels across companies has increased over the last month. Given that in some products or all products, but given that there is no offtake literally in terms of from a consumer point of view.
How are you expecting the SUV sales numbers to now move from here on, particularly M&M now? I mean, once the price hikes come in, I think Tata Motors already announced, Mahindra & Mahindra, unless I've missed, has not announced yet, but they'll have to. Would sales come off relatively steeply?
No, so M&M had already announced, I think the price hike news immediately after the budget had come in, so they had increased around 2.4-2.5% across products, and so they will have the pinch. I mean, they will feel some bit of it, but I think our call is that from a longer term perspective, we believe that the UV segment in India will have a greater pie compared to the passenger car segment. So if that share is increasing, probably you will have M&M which will have a momentary blip in terms of volumes growth going a little bit down, but that would be an opportunity to accumulate that name, given that that share of the pie will keep on increasing in India.
Alright, just last question, Mayor. I think we've covered most of the majors except Maruti. I want to know what your call on Maruti right now is.
Yeah, Yeah, so Maruti basically we had a whole recommendation on Maruti. I think Maruti had after falling steeply because of the MSCI recheck and also because of fuel fire restriction is now at an attractive level. So and with yen moving, yen now again showing signs of moving down, you may have this trading, where Maruti could do well in coming quarters given that their margins could expand with the favorable currency. So Maruti at this level surely looks a little attractive compared to other guys.
All right, at 1400 Maruti looks attractive. Thanks so much, Mihir. Always a pleasure to speak to you and get your analysis. As the auto sales numbers don't give you any reason to hope just yet that there's a pickup coming either on passenger vehicles or on commercial vehicles. So that turn in the market may be still some months away at least. That's all the time we have on Power Lunch. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon.